Hi and welcome to a quick tutorial with tecplot 360 EX. This is 2014 R2, and in this tutorial I'm going to walk through some of the capabilities for performing integration using tecplot 360 EX. We'll start by loading a data file. This data file is actually in tecplot PLT format. None of the things I'm showing you here are unique to PLT, it's just a starting point. The example I chose to use is actually a UAV. This UAV is open source geometry and therefore is something we can share on our website. Okay, a couple things to point out. The geometry itself has a right wing, which we can put on the mesh on the right wing, the left wing, and the fuselage here very quickly. And then we have three rear wings. So we have a right tail section, which we'll make, say, purple. We have the tail center, which we'll make red, and lastly we'll make this white. And this is okay. So whoops, perhaps white is not the best. Let's change that to, say, gray. Take a second. Oops. So a couple of things you can always undo here. Volume mesh, that's what's going on. So anyway, there we go. You can see it a little better. We'll just change this to orange or brown. Alright, so ultimately there's a couple of things we can do here. Integration in tecplot 360 EX, there's a number of strategies. We can do mass flow rates, we can do forces and moments, we can do scalar integrations. So we're going to actually do just two examples in this case. We're going to focus on the right wing. We're going to do forces and moments on the right wing. We're also going to look at a scalar integration of pressure on the wing, and finally we're going to do mass flow rate. This particular example is not great for looking at mass flow rate in terms of the overall utility. However, I think walking through the capability is important. So a couple of things we're going to do. The integration that we're going to focus on is just in one area, so we're going to hide the fuselage, the wings. We're just going to focus on in this case, the right wing. So if you hit Control F, that'll put the wing in the main interface. I'm going to do one quick thing, which is turn on the contour, and we're looking at pressure in this case, and we'll turn off the mesh. So, okay, so this is the pressure on the wing. You'll notice that the rotation, the center of rotation, is currently at the fuselage center. If I want to make it on the wing, I can just click and hit the O key. That just changes the orientation axis, or the axis of rotation. Alright, so we have the data. Let's go ahead and do some integration. If you walk over to the Analysis or Analyze menu, down about 3/4 of the way down, you'll see Perform Integration. And if you select that, it'll bring up the Integrate dialog. So a couple things we're going to do. First is a scale integration of pressure. And we're going to do that for a specific zone. So I can select the zone of interest, which in this case is the right wing. And I can perform the integration. So this is just the integrated results. I can also put those on the plot. And I can edit them. So this is, for example, the right wing. And it's the nature of the data that I have in here. The negative is not real, it's actually positive. And this would be pressure. Okay, so we have the pressure now. We can put it here on the plot. If you hit the plus key, you can make it a little bigger. So we'll just put it up here. In addition to looking at simple scalar integrals, we may in fact want to look at say the forces and moments. So I will look at the forces and moments for the same zone, and we'll hit integrate. So it's a little bit slower than doing a simple scalar integration. There's a little more to the integration. Okay, so this is the data. I can make this text and then open it up, and same thing, I can put this on the right wing. And maybe I don't need the word results. And At this point I can also change things like the font, so if I wanted to use Greek, Could use Greek letters, or oftentimes I like to look at using Calabri, but that's just me. Okay, and we'll make the size a little bigger as well, and we don't need it bold. Okay, so now we have done the simple integration. We've done forces and moments on the wing. We've also looked at the total pressure on the wing. Now let's look at a little bit different. We're going to look at mass flow rate. So the last type of integration, I'm going to go into all of my zones here, and I'm going to turn back on the shade in the zone styles dialog. This is again just for context. We're going to reset the rotation axis to be back on the fuselage, and just to make this clear, I'll delete the text that was there just for example, and let's get rid of the legend as well. Alright, so let's just go ahead and drop in a slice. So the slice is in the X direction, which is fine. I'm going to right click on the slice to make it translucent, and let's say we'll make it 50% translucent, and I'm going to look at the Y velocity on the slice as well. I could look at the mesh. I'm going to turn the mesh off. So you have all the same style capabilities in the toolbar as well. And again, I'll hide this. In order to do the integration today, you have to do an extraction. To extract a slice, whether it's a volume slice or a surface slice, we right-click on the slice and go to Extract. And what that does is basically make that a zone, which I will hide in this case. Okay. Under Analyze, we'll go to Perform Integration, and now go to Mass Flow Rate. Select the zone of interest, which is the extracted slice, and hit Integrate. And there's the integrated mass flow rate. Again, I could make this text, but I want to show you one other piece of information around data. If you go to Auxiliary Data and look at the auxiliary data associated with the frame, you'll notice that the integrated totals for lift and drag are now part of the data file or part of the layout. So if you were to save this layout, and you can actually access these because they're in the layout, you can access them for additional calculations. You can also use them in Data Alter as well. And that's how you leverage integration capabilities in tecplot 360EX. Thanks for watching.